If you're waiting for a recession and home values to drop before you buy,
I was waiting for the right time to do this.
Here's 3 reasons why that could be a big mistake. Over the last few years, we've heard a number of people very frequently saying, I'm going to buy a home, but I'm going to wait for this next recession. I'm going to wait for home values crash before I buy. Thinking that what happened during the Great Recession 10 years ago is something that's going to happen again and going to happen very soon. And the thing is I've been hearing that since like 2015. And we've had plenty of clients that have bought during 2015 or 2016. Home values have been increasing. They've been able to pay down the principal on that. They sell their home and they move on to another home, a bigger, nicer home, all in this time period. Meanwhile, there's someone else that's sitting there thinking, I'm just going to keep paying rent and I'm going to keep waiting for home values to drop. But here's 3 reasons why that could be a big mistake. Number 1, Catherine shared this article on her Facebook page, on her Facebook profile recently, where they talked to 96 different economists about how likely is an upcoming recession and how does that impact home values. And most of them agreed, yes, there will be a recession coming and it will most likely happen in the next 18 months, but it probably will not impact home values very much, if at all.
What? No.
What?
Their prediction is that home values are still going to go up by 4.1% in 2019, 2.8%, then 2.5%, then 3%, then 3.4% by 2023.
Why?
So home values are going to be slowing down. Not much appreciation like it had been over the last 5 to 7 years, but not a market crash.
What? That's impossible.
The second reason why it's probably a mistake to be waiting is that homeowners are not putting themselves into trouble by taking cash out of their property. What was happening during the last Great Recession, and I was in real estate during that time, is homeowners were using their properties, their homes, like a piggy bank, an ATM. They were going back and refining.
We have plenty of money.
Pulling money out, taking vacations, buying nice cars, taking money out, doing something else with taking money out, until their home value was basically, the equity that their home was basically zero.
So are we totally broke again?
And then home values started to drop. There was nothing there. There was no safety net because they had taken all their money out, all their equity. That's not happening this time. So for example, in this article on CNBC, it reads, the amount of equity available for homeowners to tap reached a record high $6.3 trillion.
Is that a lot?
That's a lot.
According to a separate report from Black Knight in August. It defines tappable equity as the share of equity available for homeowners with mortgages to borrow against while still holding 20% equity in the home. Homeowners, however, are sitting on their equity more than they ever have in the past. Just $54 billion in equity was withdrawn in the first quarter of this year.
That's not much.
That is the lowest volume in 4 years and the lowest share of available equity tapped since Black Knight began tracking the metric in 2008. Less than 1% tappable equity withdrawn. Less than 1%. Homeowners have a lot of equity in their home. They're very house rich and they're leaving it there. Not like people did in the Great Recession where they're using their home as an ATM, pulling it out.
Smart.
And living more extravagant lifestyle than what they could really afford because the equity in the home was allowing for that to happen. It seems this time around, homeowners are a lot more savvy and not making that mistake. And the third reason why it's probably a mistake to keep waiting for that recession to hit comes from a podcast from the financial website Fool.com. The topic of this podcast was the 8 things that happen a recession hits, and I'll just let them explain what was number 4 on this list.
Number 4, the price of your house actually might go up. So I think a lot of us were stung by the Great Recession, and that was really the first time when we saw a nationwide drop in home prices. The truth is, when you look at recessions historically, home prices actually hold up well. And there was a study by Mark Holbert, and he published it in MarketWatch, where he found that when you look at the Case-Shiller index of home prices, it actually does better during stock bear markets than it does during stock bull markets. So historically, in most cases, your house is actually a good hedge against a recession, against inflation, and a stock market drop. However, during the Great Recession, what we saw the last time, that was not the case. So there will always be outliers, but generally houses hold up pretty well.
And that just makes a lot of sense. Like I said earlier, I've been in real estate for a while, 22 years, and I've seen a couple different recessions. And what happens is people that have a lot of money in the stock market pull it out. They see it dropping, they pull it out. And their number one reason for buying real estate, buying investment properties, is they want to have something that's physical, that's tangible. They don't see what is really going on with the stock market. They just see their numbers dropping. So when they own a home, another property, it feels more real to them. You know, it's real estate. So those are the three reasons that could be costly mistakes for you to keep waiting, wishing, and hoping that there's something to take advantage of during a recession. And that doesn't mean that there's not. That doesn't mean that there's not potential to find some good deals out there. I would just question you on why do you have to wait? Why can't you do both? Why can't you get in and take advantage of the real estate market now, low interest rates, whether that's for investing or for your primary residence, and stop paying a landlord and start building up some of your own equity, and take advantage of any opportunities that show up in the future. We have a guide that we've put together for home buyers called the 7 Costly Mistakes That Home Buyers Make. You can go download a free copy yourself, Costly Mistakes HomeBuyersMake.com.